Today on the channel, we're going to take a look at the E22 Pro electric scooter from Caroma. This thing looks really fantastic and is a lot of fun to ride around, both for adults and younger people, with a weight limit around 265 pounds. Now, you can see I've got it using a kickstand here, so it's very easy if you wanted to store it like this, but it is also foldable on this hinge right here. You simply fold it down and then it's easy for storage. Now, it features a 350 watt brushless motor, has both a mechanical brake in the front, and then it uses the e-brake, or the brushless motor is an electric brake in the rear. You have a headlight on the front, and it is on, but it may not be easy to see this light outside during the day, but it's perfect for night riding. There's also a light in the rear that lights up. And then you also have some buttons and displays that we'll take a look at here on the handlebars. And here are those buttons and your display. Now for the display, you have your battery meter. This is your miles per hour. You have your cruise control, your Bluetooth connection, and we'll look at that as well because this has a Bluetooth app that lets you control all these same things from your phone. This little mechanism here locks on to the front of the, to the rear of the bike, to snap the handlebars in place when you're folding it. Here's your power button. And here are some buttons that pretty much you can do everything without the app, so you don't need to use the Bluetooth app. But here we have our plus and minus. This is, I believe, for adjusting your cruise control speed. And then you have your cruise control button here, and here's your lights. You can see here, turn the lights on and off. Pretty straightforward controls, and the screen is plenty big enough to be able to see it while you're riding. I also wanted to mention that whenever you apply the brakes, they have this blue LED strip lights that light up on the side, which is pretty cool. And whenever you apply them, they just light up here, and it's really kind of a neat effect as well. You have reflectors as well, so it's really easy to be spotted if you're riding this thing. Now on the other side of the scooter, we have this little boot we pull open, and this is where our charging port is. So I've got the charger here. Obviously it's not plugged in, but you just put the little connector in there, and this is how you charge it. This will light up red here on this little light on the front, and it'll go green whenever the scooter is fully charged. Now let's take a look at the Bluetooth app. So the app that you're going to use is a Tuya Smart app. You can get that on the Play Store or the App Store if you're on iPhone. And you will need to go in the first time and connect it to the Bluetooth. You'll find the bike in your Bluetooth settings, and once it's paired, then once you power up the bike, which you do need to make sure you have it powered up first, it will automatically connect by Bluetooth if you're within range of the bike. You can see here we're connected. We have 93% battery. It will show our single mileage and our total mileage. I've not ridden the bike much. As you can see, 0.6 miles. At the bottom here is where you can change these settings down here, your cruise control. You can turn the headlight on and off. And then there's those three speed rates for the bike. You have level 1, 2, and 3. And these are 10, 15, and 20 mile per hour speed limits. I highly recommend if you are starting out and you're a beginner of this, that you probably start out in the first rate. That's pretty much it. It also has a map here where you can click on that and find your location by GPS where you're at. Well, I'm sure that's just, you would be just using your phone's location. Pretty basic app, but it does let you alter or change settings if you want without having to use the button controls on the bike itself. All right, so that is a look at the app. Now, as I mentioned during that screen recording of the app, there are 3 speed rates. It's a 10, 15, and 20 mile per hour speed limits. 20 is really moving. Now to control that, you can use the touch buttons up here to the plus and minus to adjust between those 3 speed rates. I'm sure the plus and minus probably would let you adjust your cruise control as well. So if you're starting out and you're new to this, I would highly recommend you start out in one of the lower speeds, the 10 or 15 mile per hour limit. Now to take off on this bike, it will not take off under its own power. You do have to kick start it to go. That's so you can kind of get going and get your right speed for yourself to go. If you take off with the electric motor, it's going to probably take off very abruptly and make it difficult just to get on the scooter and get your balance. So keep that in mind. You do have to get going a couple miles per hour before it will take off under its own power. And I'll show you up here, the one thing I didn't mention yet was how you actually give it throttle. So let's show you that right now. So here is your throttle control. It's the same piece here that has your power button. You're simply just going to press down on it. And the farther you press, of course, the faster that you will go. Really simple. So that should pretty much cover all the basics of the bike. Let's go for a ride now. This thing is a lot of fun. All right, let's kick off here and we'll get going here, and then the motor should be able to take over for us. You'll want to give it a little bit of throttle. Just push down a little bit so when you do get to the speed, it will actually start taking off under its own power. So we'll just start kicking here, and now there we go. I'm gonna give it some more throttle. Now, I think I'm in the lowest speed here. Just gonna get over to the side. There's a truck coming. You see we're going 7 miles an hour. Now, I had never ridden a scooter before, and I had no problem with this the first time. I thought I would have to take a long time to get to do this, and I didn't. Let's see, full speed. Yeah, we're in the lowest rate because it says about 8 miles per hour. It may be able to go 10. It depends on how much you probably weigh. May be all affecting the speed. Brake works really well, really good as well. Now I'm going to press the plus. I'm going to go up into the middle rate. Now I'm really starting to move here. This is up to around, we're getting up to 14, 15 miles per hour. Let's go up into the highest rate. I believe this should be the highest rate now. We are really moving. I'm going to let up on the throttle because there's a pretty good bump there. And we're going down a hill, so I'm sure we could easily exceed that speed going downhill here. I've let off the throttle completely. Don't want to get going too fast here. I'm 53 years old, so I don't need to be falling over and breaking bones, which is something that could very easily happen for anybody if you're reckless with one of these. Now I'm going up a hill here, so I don't expect I'll be going 20 miles an hour while I'm going uphill. I have it completely floored now. I'm going 12, but I see I'm going uphill. So now we're really starting to move. Let's see. Yeah, I'm at 19 miles an hour. I think it said 19.8 or something. So round it off, it'd be 20. Really moves. And you can just keep this in the highest rate and just give it half throttle. You don't need to go full speed. And that's what I'm going to do here. Rather than filling with the speed rates, I'm just going to keep it in the highest and just not give it full throttle. You know, overall, this is a really nice scooter. There may be quite a bit of wind noise here in the mic, guys, going into the wind, so apologize for that. Really, the only gripe I could say I have with this bike is the handlebars. They don't want to, the locking mechanism, at least on mine, doesn't want to keep them locked into place as well. Sometimes I can push it down. Now, part of that could be my own fault because when the handlebars are very easy to put together, but if you mess any of that up and I end up kind of bending the clamp, so it could have caused that clamp to not lock into place as well as it should. So that could be my fault. But certainly this thing is adjustable enough that my 8-year-old daughter has no problems riding it, and she was doing quite well. I was surprised. Well, not really. She's pretty good at that stuff. And all the way up, the handlebars are perfectly fine for myself. Now the tires on this are not inflatable. I didn't mention that. They are just, you know, filled with something, I don't know, foam. I don't know what it is inside there, but it's not air filled. So that could affect the ride quality a little bit, but you don't have to worry about blowing out an inner tube or having to inflate the tires after it's set through the winter. So that's obviously a big plus. Okay, so I just got back from that test ride. Man, this thing's a lot of fun to ride around. Definitely looking forward to riding this little scooter more. If you're interested in this scooter, there'll be a purchase link down in the video description and the pinned comment to Amazon where you can pick this up. I believe it was around $179, $180 in that range, which is a really great price for something that offers all this, including cruise control. So that should pretty much wrap up the review of this scooter. If you're new to the channel and you like stuff like this, including tech stuff, RC cars, boats, and of course drones, then please do subscribe to the channel. While you're at it, click the bell, that way you'll be notified when I do upload new videos. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day.